Welcome to Tommy Boy Studios. Before we proceed with the video, we would like to clarify the purpose and intent behind the content you are about to watch. This video is intended solely for educational purposes and does not aim to bully, harass, or cause harm to any individual or group. We have developed this content with the primary goal of providing informative and educational material to our viewers. Every effort has been made to ensure that the information presented is accurate and reliable. However, due to the ever-evolving nature of the subject matter, we cannot guarantee the absolute accuracy or completeness of the content. We strongly condemn any form of harassment, cyberbullying, or inappropriate behavior directed towards the individuals featured in this video or any related discussions. We kindly request that you maintain a respectful and considerate attitude when engaging with the content and refrain from engaging in personal attacks or using derogatory language. The opinions expressed in this video are those of the presenters and do not necessarily reflect the views of the entire production team or organization. It is important to understand that any actions or decisions you take based on the information provided in this video are solely your own responsibility. We encourage you to conduct further research and consult with qualified professionals as needed. By continuing to watch this video, you acknowledge and agree to the terms and conditions outlined in this disclaimer. Thank you and enjoy. Yours truly, TB.
Being a hunter, like, if you're good at it, just do it. I almost went into
that would make a great bounty hunter.
The key to hunting predators is just let them come to you. Just don't force it, don't push it. Just think like a spider and just wait. That used to be my nickname, Spider. Actually, that's where I got RavenWolf info from. Tommy Boy, TB Studios, Finna, a white knight the hell out of this interview for my... What the hell?
It's Tommy Boy slang, and there's no telling what he means by that. And yeah,
even when they get busted, it's like, well, we knew you were a decoy. It's like, yeah, but you still messaged me. You still spent all that time, and you knew I was a decoy. You know what the heck? And what made this one so batshit crazy? Sorry for swearing, but
you're fine.
This is one batshit thrill ride. So, buckle up, buttercups. Here we go.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is RavenWolf. We actually just met this morning. I found out a little bit about her this morning, did not know anything beforehand, and this story has gotten so interested. I'm so intrigued to see what all you're up to. You're doing some really cool stuff. You said you were a hunter. I liked that definition to explain what you do. She's a hunter, and she is actually a paid hunter to hunt out online predators. And this is like an epic story. I'm super excited.
So hi. Okay, I'm a hunter. That's an understatement.
You are hiding something.
I have married men message me.
Oh, you almost had me.
No problem. But I'm a decoy. I work for a charity. So, I work as a decoy. I tell you, we put up with things that most people wouldn't even put up with, and to say we're easy targets, that's like fighting. That will get you hurt. It's kind of what I'm trained to do, because I can make my voice really high so I can pass as a 13-year-old, or I can get my voice to about a 12-year-old's voice. That way, when I'm acting as a decoy, the predator really thinks that they're talking to a kid.
Who do you decoy for, anyways? I didn't get a chance to ask you.
Yeah, I decoy for Chat Avenue. So basically, I just log chats, then I forward the chats to law enforcement, and then I do in person. Like if the predator wants to meet, then I kind of go through the processes, and we eventually just bust them.
Well, I got questions for RavenWolf. You're obviously a homosexual male, correct?
No, I'm a trans female. I'm one of the first trans females. I'm one of the first medically trans female that has been a decoy for over 5 years. Oh, so wow. I used to be a guy.
Okay,
And-
that's weird in and of itself.
Okay, so how it started was I was a system administrator for Chat Avenue, and I had some medical issues. And when my voice changed, they thought that they needed somebody that could pose as. All right, 1 second. They thought that they needed somebody to pose as a 12-year-old girl and to try and get adults to be more comfortable. So when I really started talking to adults, they think I'm a kid, and this is what they kind of kept me on for doing. That's kind of how it started. So when I do cam interactions, then yeah, I do use other filters so that they don't actually see. Like,
Right.
We try to design it so when I don't see my camera, they actually think that who they're talking to is a real kid. It isn't, but they think it is.
Well, see, I've never done like video call stuff. I've only done like phone calls, and then we do use filters on our pictures.
I get paid $15 an hour just to be a decoy in a chat room. If you don't want to be involved with pred busting, if you don't want to be involved in what we do here, there's nothing keeping you here. But don't leech off what we do, and don't use us. Yeah, if you guys want to come up, just come up, but be respectful.
Yeah, we have 4 spaces open.
We got great company. Just don't mess with us. Just don't mess with our community here.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I'm not
She's
Ray.
up there.
I'm not Ray. I'm Raven, but not Ray.
Ray is not here, guys. Ray is not here.
I'm a decoy. So whoever asks who I am, I'm a decoy. I work for Chat Avenue, where I specialize in outing and confronting predators who pick on kids. So it's a unique kind of work environment. I have 20 catches under my name, and yeah, it's kind of fun.
Let's get
Actually, I
Raven
think
up on the
it's
big screen.
21. Actually, no, the 21st didn't get prosecuted, which sucked. Is I just go into chat rooms where I'm asked to go. So usually it's kids chat, teen chat, and general chat. And it's kind of like what you guys do on YouTube, but it's slightly different because we focus more on the chat and we focus more on why they think it's acceptable for an adult to message a child. So yeah, I would think it's harder as a decoy because when you see half the shit that they type to you, it makes you question like what goes on in these people's minds. I had somebody this morning, I was saying this on Gilded, he was like, I just logged into work and I had a 53-year-old message me going, hey, nice profile pic. So I age dropped and he's like, you're 13. And I went, yeah. And I age dropped again. And he was still talking to me. I'm like, dude, you're saying to myself, dude, you're asking me for naked pics, and you know I'm a 13-year-old girl. What the hell? I wait for them to make, before I confront them, I just try to make the predator feel at ease. Then I don't even go to the confrontation, but they think I am. And so I just try to play a role. And that role is of a 12 or a 13-year-old, sometimes 14-year-old girl who is talking to who they think is an adult.
Raven, can you type in the chat?
I'm not sure what they mean. What be kind to mean.
So we can put your link in there?
Yeah, I'll give you all my links later. So meanwhile, we have 72 people watching. Ask your questions. You're in a room full of pred hunters, so ask your questions, get to know us. That's what we like to do, is have fun doing what we love doing. Do I post catches on my personal YouTube? No, my catches are done by law enforcement through Chat Avenue. So I don't know, maybe I will start doing them on YouTube.
Raven, how long have you been doing this?
I've been as a decoy for 5 years.
Would you possibly be interested in doing an interview with me?
Oh yeah. They don't seem to understand that everything that they're telling you is being logged.
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm on to you.
What?
Yeah, you're a faker.
I'll give it to you.
So hi. Okay, I'm a hunter. I bought me That's an understatement. I work for a chat organization called Chat Avenue. I've been there for about 10 years. I started as a kind of generic chat host. And when they changed the laws and regulations for chat rooms, they needed decoys. So I got retrained as a chat decoy. Over the 10 years that I've been doing this, I've had over, I think it's now almost 22 catches. A couple of those have now seen convictions, but these are people that come into chat rooms and they solicit minors.
A few minutes later.
Chat Avenue's been doing this for 6 years-ish. I mean, it took me 4 years to get to that point where they trusted me enough to let me to let me off the leash. But yeah, I'd say about 6 years we've been doing it. How many chat decoys are in the organization? We have 150 that I know of. We started with 2 of us, and now we've grown simply because the network is too big and we can't all be in the one space. So a lot of times when you work with predators, it's not like you see on YouTube, that it's a different side. That people have normal everyday jobs, they come into chat, they make some stupid mistakes. And I try to give people breaks. I try to age drop and then I wait. And if the predator backs off and just like disappears or ignores me, great. If not, I age drop again and again. After the 3rd time, that's when, the guy's going to jail. For chat decoys, we have a whole checklist. So it's kind of like, what's the intent there? Did you age drop? Did they send CP images? That's a big one, especially on Chat Avenue. That's a major one. When you see things like in kids chat of mega links or other networks, that's when we get involved. Like, even if they don't message the decoy, when we see people posting links, we step in and be like, dude, what are you doing posting that? I work for Chat Avenue, which is one of the oldest chat rooms that has existed. MSN closed first. All of the adults that were on MSN heard that Yahoo had no regulation. On Yahoo Chat, there was, and I'm going to be honest, widespread trading of CP. Having said that, is it still thinking? Yeah, this one, which is my decoy computer. So on there, I have every single file of every predator I've ever spoken to, including their images, which is just so gross. When they start sending images, then that's far more serious, because then I have to be careful with what images I can keep on my computers. Usually they just take all the images. And then I have another computer which is tied to law enforcement when I submit all my logs. So let's say I'm in a chat one day and I have a guy that's insistent on meeting a 13-year-old girl. I take the log as far as humanly possible. We arrange the meet. I send the log over, and then law enforcement actually does the meetup, and I get called to go to court, and I have to testify that that predator did message me as a decoy. It's always kind of funny when I meet the predator in court and they're like, "Aren't you a girl?" I'm like, you were messaging me, so yeah. I had a Disney employee who they started at Disney as the college program, then they completed that, got hired by Disney as a cook, and he starts talking to me as the decoy. I identified as 12 years old, and he's like telling me all these stories about Disney, and I gave him every break. I'm age dropped. I said, you're comfortable with this. He disappeared for about 2 months, came back and was like looking specifically for me. The chat kept on going. Then he started to send the proverbial dick pics. This Disney employee who had everything going for him decided he wanted to meet a 12-year-old girl on Main Street in Orlando, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. So went on the phone, did the whole voice thing. We arranged to meet. He turned up, law enforcement grabbed him. Actually, Disney security grabbed him. When I had to go to Orlando to the trial, and he's like, "You're a guy." I'm actually I'm like, no, I'm actually transient, but okay. Then he's like, but you can't be the decoy. She was so cute. I'm like, I was the decoy. You spoke with me for over a year. And so, yeah, he's currently serving, I think he got something like 8 years. And that's just with CP.
Wow.
Because he kept on sending the decoy, which is me, pick after pick after pick. This one, which is my decoy computer. So on there, I have every single file of every predator I've ever spoken to, including their images, which is just so gross.
So YouTube has taken down a bunch of the stuff that you have posted. Do you want to talk about a couple of your cases? Because I told it.
So I've had people ask me about why don't I have catches on my YouTube? I used to until YouTube decided that YouTube has cracked down on people that protect kids. But it's okay if YouTube has explicit material, but when it comes to us in the community, so I've had something like over 100 videos taken down from my YouTube. Why has it taken you so long to like I said, I have been around, it's just my videos keep on being deleted. Do I post catches on my personal YouTube? No, my catches are done by law enforcement through Chat Avenue. So I don't know, maybe I will start doing them on YouTube.
Wow.
And that's just for them complaining because I was posting the actual confrontation where the person was going to meet a kid and YouTube's like, nope, can't do that. Then I don't even go to the confrontation, but they think I am.
Do you still have all the footage from the videos they've taken down?
Oh yeah.
Have you looked at putting it on Rumble?
Good idea. When predators try to get me on the phone, my voice can change. So I can really sound very, very, very young. And this is what really throws predators when on the phone, because they actually think that I'm a real kid. A lot of the predators I've spoken to say in court that they loved my voice. I'm like, yeah, but you're still a predator. You still want to rape a kid. Nice comment. It's kind of what I'm trying to do, because I can make my voice really high so I can pass as a 13-year-old. I've had one of the convictions I had was a married guy threw away his life. He had the generic American all around parent. No offense to anyone here, but
no, you're good.
He just, I don't know what was with him. He started chatting to me in 2015. And by 2019, he still went back off. By that time, the decoy I was pretending to be had just turned 15 itself. He arranged for us to meet near Lenox Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. So I flew out there. I also contacted the police. Everything was set up. So he turns up and he's walking around Lenox Mall, and he kind of like agrees to meet the decoy at a restaurant called Houston's, which is just outside the mall. We go there. There's this 58-year-old, and he's just sitting by himself. He's like chilling out, and the police were like, "Are you this?" And he goes, "You're not the woman I was speaking to." And we're like, dude, for the past 5 years, you have been talking to this person. And that was the first time I ever did a catch in person. His wife was
How great was it to get to watch that? That had to be amazing.
His wife was with him on the cab. So she came into the restaurant. They were hoping this kid, or he was hoping this kid would join them for dinner or something.
Did she know that he was meeting a kid?
Nope. And when the police turned up with me and we're like trying to talk some sense into him, the wife's reaction went from, who is this person, to, where's the police?
Wow.
And he was convicted. He's still in jail. The reason he got a long sentence. He got possession of child pornography, solicitation to meet a minor. He got attempted aggravated assault upon a child because how he got that charge, it was through a webcam meeting. When I do cam interactions where he came on webcam and he was demonstrating to, he had like this could sound crazy, but he had a sex doll and he had dressed the sex doll up as this kid that he thought he was talking to. And so the police gave him an aggravated assault charge. I think it was just because this guy was sick and twisted. I mean, he was. Then he had another charge, which was he tried to bullshit to the police. So we are in this restaurant with the police, with me, with him, and he's still bullshitting, saying it was entrapment. And I'm like, we've been speaking for 5 years. I gave you every chance over 5 years to
That's a long time.
I kept on age dropping. You told me happy birthday for 5 years. That's intense. And then you came here to this restaurant with your wife, hoping to meet this kid that she didn't know about because you wanted to have sex with an underage kid. When you're married with kids. And he just didn't get it. So he got 20, I think it's 20 years, if not more.
Wow.
But he called me from jail because I gave him my number, as I do. I try to be professional. And he thanked me for bullshitting him. I'm like, this dude, what the hell? My decoy started at age 11 for that catch.
Lot of boring math later.
He started chatting to me in 2015, and by 2019 he still went back off. By that time the decoy I was pretending to be had just turned 15 itself.
That doesn't look right, doesn't come out right.
It's right already. Billy, you gotta carry the one, right?
How do you make sure they're not harming other children over the 5 years? That's a good question. I have been known to ask if they're married. I have also been known to ask, like, are they talking to anyone else? Usually predators tell me, oh no, you're the only one. And when if we get if they go through with the meet, if we decide to send all the logs in, usually we know if there's historic child abuse going on. I also do background checks. So once I get the guy or girl's name, there have been girls. Once I get their name and their details, we can check.
I mean, I know I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got though.
So how do you handle it when other kids message you? Do you just carry on a conversation, seem normal, or do you I just pretend to be normal. And usually, like, the thing with chat is you never know if it's another decoy messaging you because we don't know each other. That's the nature of the thing. I mean, I have an idea of who the other decoys are, but it's kind of like we just try to blend in. We try to be normal. Because if you're pretending to be a child, other children are bound to message you. Yeah, we just try and be as professional as possible. So we do respond. So like on a normal day, we just go in, we pretend we're normal chatters, but we don't message people. That's the thing. This guy, and he'd always been afraid of sending me his picture. So I was like a little bit unsure whether it was another decoy trolling me or whether this guy was serious. If you don't message first, then it's guaranteed that yeah. Basically, we don't know who the other decoys are. I mean, when I first started, there was only a couple of us and we all went to different rooms. And we would kind of give ourselves subtle hints as to who was in which rooms. And but yeah, we don't message first, so usually your chances of running into another decoy is slim to none, unless you make that mistake. So be careful. I think it's just a comfort thing. Like a lot of times decoys, we try not to like show ourselves too much because we like that anonymity. I can't speak. So meanwhile, we have 72 people watching. Ask your questions. You're in a room full of bread hunters, so ask your questions, get to know us. Keep your questions coming. I don't hold back anything. If you know what a pedophile looks like, if you're looking in a mirror, we like to kind of stay under the radar. That way, nobody can tip off anybody. That moment when they get busted is kind of like, I'm not Ray, I'm Raven. There's a difference, Frank.
That's when people like us have got to forge ahead, Helen. Am I right?
God, you're sick. Tell you what, I'll go turn the fryers back on and throw some wings in for you.
Hey, thanks, Helen. Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
Maybe I can show you something too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my jack? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bucking and bucking at niggas like